Oh, that's weird. Okay, it just doesn't want to do it anymore. Alright. I'll place this right here. There we go. That's okay. It's fine. We'll let it slide. Alright, hello everyone. It's me. It's Wolfter97. Everyone's favorite hot YouTuber of all time. Hottest YouTuber of all time, my lord. I was gonna make a joke about me being sexy or whatever, but it seems like that this heat is getting to my brain and it's making me forget all about grammar and how to speaky correctly. Anyways, yeah, we are doing a stream today, and I know it's once again like all the other streams I've done. It's a surprise stream, and you know, it may have been a surprise for you guys, but for me, good old Wolfie here, it's something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I remember wanting to stream like over the past few days, really. Like, I wanted to do it yesterday, but unfortunately, you know, I got busy, i.e. I took a nap during the day, and then I wanted to stream the day before yesterday, but I think I was also busy with something else. And then before that day, and then so on and so on. And it's been nothing but a constant, like, process of delaying the inevitable. But here we are. We're finally doing it. We're finally here and ready to hang out. And hang out we will. Honestly, you know, I wanted to stream on Monday, and I'm pretty damn sure those who are at least in tune with my interests will know there's a reason why I wanted to stream on Monday, and sadly, like I said, you know, things got delayed, things got in the way, and honestly, I guess I shouldn't really say things really got in the way. It's just I didn't really figure out proper solution for it, because you know, pretty much like the theme of the stream, it's hot as hell here in California right now. And like the thumbnail, which I think it should be displaying. I know I set it as the thumbnail for the stream, but I'm not too sure if because you know, I was just going through this super duper quickly. Yep, there it is. But the thumbnail is displaying that it is indeed 101 degrees right now. And that's Fahrenheit, by the way. It's not 101 degrees Celsius, because if it was, I would not be here. I would probably be on fire. I'd be just a pile of smoldering ashes. Don't worry, Dumb User, I won't die. I'll try my best not to die. No guarantees. Although I know I did say that I'll be streaming until I die of heat stroke. Okay, I'll get heat stroke, but I won't die from it. Okay, that'll be the you know, the revised version of this title. Oppenheimer. For real, dude. I don't know what it is about the heat, but it always makes me so tired. And I'm already tired, and it's barely like, it's not even 5 yet. Like, it's 4:28 for me, and like, I just want to go to sleep. And yeah, I mean, I want to do many other things besides go to sleep. Like, I want to, you know, I want to stream like I'm doing right now. I want to stream. I want to work on video stuff, but you know, going back to the previous stream that we had, the very serious one, which is now members only, you know, of course I was going through stuff. I'm still kind of going through stuff mentally. I'm a lot better, I will say, a lot better than I was last stream. But, you know, my head is still a little cloudy, but don't worry, compared to last time, like I said, much better headspace. Yeah, we are all suffering, Starkiller. All of us in the good old California, it's bad. It's bad, and I'm pretty sure that the heat is not gonna help at all. Thank you. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that you're glad that I'm doing well. And I want to do well for you guys because, you know, I want to make stuff. I want to make things. Making things is what fulfills me, and I want to fulfill you too, as well as fill you too, with what I have in store. And I have some things in store. Last week, I recorded, I want to say, nearly all the footage for this upcoming video that I want to do. And it's a video that I've been wanting to do for so freaking long. I wrote the script back in July of 2025. I don't know if I talked about that last time or any time, but yeah, this video has been a long time in the making, and I really don't know why I've pushed it off for so long. I could have easily have, you know, just shot it out, but, you know, I don't know. Wolf397 is unpredictable in many ways. I can't even predict him. It's bad on all fronts, but I won't get into it anyways. On a better note, yeah, that Persona... Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot, but I was talking about how I wanted to do this stream for so long. I wanted to do it on Monday originally, as well as, you know, several days, like, before that. Many days before that. But I just ended up not being able to do it. It got delayed. Just blame the rock band. You're right. Yeah, that darn rock band iceberg that I wasn't working on back in July of 2025, but damn it, it was in my brain, and therefore it should take all of the blame 100%, maybe even 110%. I feel that's, you know, that makes the most sense, honestly. I mean, everyone knows how much the rock band iceberg has just deteriorated me physically and mentally. Well, let's actively, like, blame the rock band iceberg for what happened last year. But yeah, I'm finally working on it, which makes me happy. I did the video. I mean, I recorded the footage, most of it, and then I did the voiceover work, I think, a couple of days ago. Hey, Zero Trance, welcome to the stream. I don't know why, but for some reason your your text got auto translated. For some reason, so I'm scrolling over here. It says A, and the text that was translated, it was translated into A with 2 Y's. That's so weird. But hey, man, good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully, you're surviving in this hot California sun. It's so bad, and you know we do live pretty close to each other, so I know that you're probably suffering as bad as me. But I hope that your AC is doing really well. I currently don't have any AC going right now because I feel like I've talked about it before, but during the summer, it gets really hot to the point where I can't run the AC because if I do, it ends up tripping the breaker, and then I have to go to the switches and then switch it left and then switch it right and turn the power back on. And you know, I don't really want that to happen when I'm, you know, working on something on my computer. And it happens. It's been happening a lot. Like, I do not miss that at all. Like, I like having AC, but I do not miss having to deal with the freaking breaker going off all the damn time. I think it happened like twice yesterday, maybe even 3 times. I remember the day before yesterday, like at 11 p.m., it also went off, and I was like, what? You're not supposed to, it's cold outside, or colder outside. You shouldn't be doing this to me. And yeah, it's hasn't been fun, but oh well. That's why I'm naked. I throw all of the tariffs and take all the rations from currently hot, but wearing a jacket due to my body being very cold. What, for real? Damn, Emerson, I wish I could feel like that, but also that probably isn't very very pleasant, feeling cold even when it's like hot. Yeah, hope things get better for you, bud. Yeah, it does suck pretty bad. Like I said, I hope it's better for you. But anyways, like I was going to talk about, and then I derailed myself. Yeah, how about that Sunday, huh? How about How about that good old-fashioned Xbox showcase? Yeah, there's a couple of cool things that were announced. Yeah, they talked about Gears of War E-Day. That looks cool. Looks alright. I haven't played a Gears of War game since Gears of War 2. Yeah, it looks alright. Looks alright. There was a Crazy Taxi game that was, it wasn't announced, but it was shown off for the first time in full detail. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Honestly, I'm a big fan of Crazy Taxi. I love, I love the whole yeah. That's so much fun. It's it gets my blood boiling and pumping. It makes me want to, just jump in a yellow car and just go crazy on the road. I wouldn't be picking up any fares, but I guess I'll be picking up their bodies. And yeah, the Crazy Taxi is looking pretty cool. I'm excited for a new Crazy Taxi. Everyone knows I'm into arcade games, and yeah. And what else was also announced? What are you guys talking about? Who's John? Who's Coon? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, they talked more about Gears of War E-Day too. At the very end, they had like a whole showcase just for it. And yeah, I didn't watch it at all. I immediately just swiped away and talked about other things with people. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, let's just talk about the new Persona announcements. So yeah, Persona 4 Revival was given a much needed re-reveal at the Xbox showcase, and wow, that game looks pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. I won't say I'm surprised. Honestly, this is exactly what I was expecting in a post Persona 3 Reload era. I was expecting them to basically do what they did with the Reload, but for Persona 4. And they did that, but they also, they did a bit more than that as well. I've talked about it because I made a video back then about the very awesome reveal trailer that they did in 2025. I think it was also for the Xbox showcase. Something I noticed is that back then was that they had a full third-person camera, even while Yu was in Inaba. So we got to see a lot more of that, and honestly, I'm really excited about that. Guys will fail at canceling. I know, but hey, like I said, I played Kingdom Hearts 1, and then that led to the mobile game getting canceled. So I feel like the mobile game was like a shield for Kingdom Hearts 4. If that game didn't exist, I feel like Kingdom Hearts 4 likely would have been shot down instead. So we have to be thankful that Square Enix was really, they were really throwing their cards in with all these Kingdom Hearts announcements, and yeah, thank God, right? We lost a real one, or well, we can't really know. The game never came out. Thank God Maria's going to be part of the game instead of DLC. Yeah, I am really surprised people were so doom and gloom about that. For the answer, I totally understand. I'm not for Atlas separating the answer from base Persona 3 Reload, but I understand why the answer was not included. As for Marie, as well as all of the other things that are included with Golden, it wouldn't make any sense to not include that in Revival just from the get-go, because of how just integrated those things are in Persona 4 Golden. Imagine the DLC coming out, and it's the Golden DLC, and you're finished with Persona 4 Revival, and it's all right, we have the Golden stuff is finally going to come out, you guys. We have it as DLC. But you have to go through the whole game over again just so that way you can experience it. Imagine how much people would be pissed. I would be pissed off about that if that happened. If they didn't do any Golden content, I would honestly not really want them to do the DLC. I mean, I guess they could probably do it much later down the line. Because imagine that happens 5 months after Persona 4 Revival was released. I would be super pissed. I don't even know if I'd really want to play it. I probably would have to wait a few years before I do that. So we need Persona 4 Revival. Persona 4 re-revival. That's probably what they would do. Damn, it is indeed hot, Dorky Denny. I also know that you are dealing with the same type of temperatures that I am currently right now. I have no AC. I have no shirt. I'm currently half naked right now. I'm sweating like a pig. I do have a thing of water right here, though, which I am absolutely going to drink up this very second. Oh my god, my ice melted. What the fuck? I put like 50 like ice cubes in my water bottle like 30 minutes ago, and it's already water. Okay, anyways, back to Persona 4. But yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff. Of course, you know, the battle gameplay, super duper flashy, as to be expected. Way more flashy than Reload, which I think is cool, but also it almost feels like too flashy in a way. Of course, you know, just seeing like, you know, gameplay and not like playing it myself, I could be wrong. I could be assessing this like from like a point of view where, you know, I can't really tell. But yeah, it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on in like the UI and all that. And like I said, while it looks cool, I do fear that it might be a bit too much like visual noise, you know. And like all the animations and stuff, like the all-out attack animation looks super cool. The special moves and all that. A lot of people are saying that they're from Persona 4 Arena, which if that's the case, that's super cool that they're bringing that back. Like, you know, I haven't really played that much Persona 4 Arena at all, so like, you know, none of that information is in my brain. But really cool throwback for them. And also, there was this one thing, and no one's talked about it yet. I don't think anyone's talked about it, but it's like it's gameplay of when like you're traversing through the dungeon, and then you is encountering like a shadow. I noticed like the shadow attacks him, and then he like parries it or something, and then he attacks it and gets the advantage. And no one's talking about that. And that seems like a really new thing. Like that wasn't in Reload. I don't think that was in the original Persona 4. I do remember that the shadows during like the dungeon crawling segments of Persona 4 were really aggressive compared to Persona 3. So I don't know if they're trying to like do a callback to that, where like they're aggressive and then you have to like parry them in order to get like a player advantage or something. But if they are, that'd be kind of cool, I guess. Kind of feels very Metaphor Refantasio, where you have like a bit of like an not a JRPG, but like an action RPG sort of mechanic there. I think that's cool. You know, like I said, I don't know if they're like really like actually going for that or anything, or if it's just an animation or whatever. But if they do that, you know, pretty cool way to shake it up. Once again, it's a reskin of P5 in some ways, but you know, that's how it is. That's how it is in a post-Persona 5 era. You know, they went real hard with the presentation for Persona 5, and, you know, I'm sure a lot of people that played Persona 5, or, like, you know, got their start with Persona 5, they'd probably be expecting that, so it makes a lot of sense that they would be, you know, trying to adapt Persona 3 and Persona 4 in that manner. So nothing too unexpected. And you know, like I said, it does feel a little over designed at times, but you know, maybe it could grow on me. Also, something that I'm hoping will grow on me, makes me sad though. God, yeah, same. Something that I hope will also grow on me, and I might get a lot of shit for this. I probably will get a lot of shit for this. I definitely will. But there was a post that was made recently, and it was a, you know, I think it was by Atlas or Xbox or whatever, but it basically was like this little short video showing off the 3D environments that you could go around in. So like, you know, Inaba, the shopping square, the river, all that, the shrine. It's showing all those locations. And in the background, they have a remix of Your Affection playing. And so, you know, they revealed like pretty much all the information for like the new soundtrack, because, you know, like with Reload, they're of course gonna remake the Persona 4 soundtrack. And the guy that's doing the music, I believe, is the dude that did the SMT4 soundtrack, Ryota Kozuwa guy. And I think he also did SMT5. But guy makes banger music, but I'm not gonna lie, the new version of Your Affection, I do not know. I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of it. It sounds way different compared to the original Your Affection, and it has like a way darker. They replaced the singer already, not into it. Oh yeah, like, you know, like I said, they were gonna remake it, and like they did with Reload, you know, they also replaced the vocalist for Persona 3 Reload. It was an inevitability, and yeah, I don't know. I don't, like I said, it sounds like a bit too dark. It sounds almost brooding in a way, which totally, you know, totally contrasts with the emotions that Your Affection in the original Persona 4 gives off, which is a very sunny feel. It's like, you know, it feels like they changed like the, let's see, damn, and I'm not really good with like music terminology, but like the pitch, it feels lower pitch, or it sounds lower pitch, I should say. It almost sounds slower too. Not super duper slow, but it sounds like it's like a slower tempo, just a very like slight slower tempo. I could be wrong. It could just be like the lower quote unquote pitch making it sound slower. But yeah, I'm currently not a huge fan of what seems to be the direction that they're going for the soundtrack, and it really sucks because I'm a big fan of the Reload soundtrack, and I'm one of the very few people who thinks that the Reload soundtrack, like it beats out the original soundtrack. Like, I love the original vocalist for Persona 3, but just everything about like what they did with Reload and its soundtrack is just chef's kiss. Also, I did really like how it was mostly faithful to the original, whereas Persona 4 like Revival soundtrack. Hey 1020, how are you doing? We're currently talking about Persona 4 Revival and its soundtrack right now, and yeah, not a big fan of it, sadly. Don't take that as me saying like it's super duper negative. Like it sounds good, but I don't know. I don't jive with it. I don't jive with it, and maybe I just need to listen to the full track, or I have to listen to some other tracks. Maybe this is just like a work in progress version of Your Affection. I think I've talked about Your Affection longer than I talked about the actual fucking like reveal trailer. But yeah, I don't know. From what was shown in the trailer, yeah, basically the trailer, as well as some of the other little tidbits that they're dropping, such as the very recent post that they made showing off the new 3D environments, which look pretty swanky. So it's like how I feel about Reload's Master Destruction, where the moon's reaching stars. Yeah, probably. Assuming that you just like feel like it's good, but it just doesn't hit. I love when the moon's reaching stars. Oh my god, that, like I said, I think it's way better than the original. It's just Mass Destruction. I'm a little, I'm a little neutral about. I like it a lot. I don't know how I feel like about it being better than the original Mass Destruction. And Burn My Dread. That is also a very contentious song from Reload. And I could kind of see why they didn't really include it in any way, shape, or form. It's it sounds weird. It sounds very strange. And I think it's one of the very few songs that I feel is not as good as the original. Burn My Dread, as well as the Master of Tartarus song, which that song was one of my favorite songs in original Persona 3. It still sounds good in Reload, but I just listened to the remix a second ago, and all I could say is, oh my. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Revival's Your Affection sounds very EDM, like I want to say. Yeah, which doesn't really fit the tone. It doesn't fit the tone at all of, like the lyrics are pretty, like, you know, dark in some instances, but the whole thing about it is, you know, it's supposed to be a song for a sunny day, and that song, that original version, fit the atmosphere so perfectly, and now it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna leave really. All right, later, dumb user. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry that you couldn't hang out for an extended period, but thank you for dropping by nonetheless. So I do like they used the reincarnation. Yeah. That is also one of the best parts about Reload, is that they extended a lot of the songs, which I'm sure they're gonna do with Revival, but that is, like, you know, that's something that we have to give Reload at the very least, that they actually turn the songs into actual songs, because while the songs are good in the original Persona 3, they're just like little snippets. I struggle to call them real songs, because they're not, like, you know, you get the verse and then you get the chorus and that's it, and then you have to go through it over and over again. And with Reload, they're just actual like it's music. It's music. I could throw this into my playlist and not feel weird about it. And I mean, I didn't really feel weird about it before, but, like, one of the things that really, like, annoyed me is, like, it's just one verse and one chorus, but now we get more. And yeah, they're definitely going to do that with Revival, and I'm curious to see if they'll do the same, because, like you said, they did take their reincarnation lyrics, and I do know that with Persona 4's reincarnation soundtrack, they also extended some of the songs, like Reach Out to the Truth, which that second verse is really freaking weird. I think she talks about, like, apple pie or something, which I kind of hope that they don't use that. They don't use that version. Heaven, I know that also got extended. My personal favorite version of Persona 4's Heaven was the live version. I think it was like 2009 live or whatever. But yeah, that version has, like, a bridge, which is, like, really, like, it hits hard. It's, like, emotional too, in a way. Like, I remember when I used to listen to it back then, I would, like, tear up, like, oh my god, it's just, I'm, like, thinking about Nanako and all that. I'm like, I just realized Revival's lyrics for Heaven are gonna be, yes, they definitely are. They definitely are. If I think that they are what they're gonna be. But hey, that means it's gonna be way more impactful, which is what I'm excited about. Okay, going back to like everything else, like, you know, we got to stop talking about the soundtrack. The portraits for the characters in Revival, also something that a lot of people are kind of hating on right now, and it's also something that I kind of agree with. They feel almost unfinished in a way, and, you know, like I said about what the potentiality for the Your Affection remix being unfinished, the same thing could hold true for this one, but I don't know. Yeah, it feels like kind of flat, the portraits. Some of them feel not official in a way. I don't know. Like, I know Dojima's, and I remember Marie's portrait, as well as a little bit of, like, Kanji. Kanji looks really weird. Kanji, Dojima, Marie, they all just look very odd, and I think it does have to do with, like, the way they shaded it, as well as just I don't know, like, it really does legitimately look unfinished. Like, they also kind of look off model in a way, very amateur-esque. And god, I really hate to be hating on, like, Revival this hard, but You know, I guess it just has to be stated. And honestly, you know, we have a lot of time until Revival comes out. We have approximately, so it's currently June. It's coming out in February, same as Reload did. So it's like July, August, summer, January. We got about 9 months. They have a lot of time to fix things up. So I have a lot of faith in them and Atlas to be able to, you know, pull this off and make this, like, you know, better than we were all expecting. You know, like I said, it's pretty much exactly what I was expecting it to be. Reload, but with Persona 4. But it does look a little rough right now. So I'm kind of glad that, you know, there's a lot of time until release. Looking finished, like Yosuke's looked like his neck broke. Yosuke's, I feel, looks probably the closest to like how he looks in Persona 4, the original Persona 4. Like, of course, you know, it's still kind of off, but I feel like his bothers me the least compared to everyone else's. Everyone else's has like some issues. His and Chie's, which makes me wonder what would Yuna Kami's portrait look like. I'm curious about that too. But all right, we've talked about Persona 4 Revival long enough. Let's talk about probably the most exciting thing so far from this reveal at the Xbox showcase. So see if it feels like, yeah, they definitely took a lot of cues from Reload, as well as, of course, Persona 5, but they definitely like went way past those. Like, it's way more stylish than those two games, I feel, especially Reload. Like, Reload feels, it almost feels restrained compared to Revival. Revival is just like, it's like just max style. It's just dripping, oozing style, like during all of those like gameplay sequences, which is kind of exciting. But I do hope that it's not too visually noisy during actual gameplay. But okay, all right, we got to talk about the actual. We got to talk about the actual like meat of these reveals. Use speaking HUD makes him look super angry or aggressive for some reason. He kind of his portrait for that, which by the way, I talked about wanting to see what Yu's portrait looks like. I don't think that's actually his portrait. I think that's like, because don't or am I wrong actually? Is that, yeah, I'm wrong. Hello bro, don't die. Don't worry, I will not die. Username 777. By the way, considering you have 3 7s in your name, I can only imagine that I am protected by the Lord and Savior. Which, by the way, it's not Jesus Christ. It's actually Atlas Christ. Don't die as well, son. All right, yeah, son Hermit. We're both going to be dying from the heat, but we got to hold on together. We have to hold on because we got so much cool content that was announced like over the course of like 2 days or something. We got to talk about it. We have to talk about it right now. We talked about Persona 4 Revival. Let's move over to something that probably, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really expecting them to see like, I wasn't really expecting them to announce this at all. Like, I know we got a lot of leaks, which, by the way, with that reveal at the Xbox showcase, it just confirms all the leaks. So yeah, everything that we've seen so far, basically 100% real, which does make me sad a little bit in some ways, because I kind of liked the whole like process of just getting like the teaser trailer for a Persona game like Persona 5, not knowing what the hell it is about, except that there's some chairs or something. This has got to be good. Allow me to sit down for this. But yeah, now we already know what the main character looks like. We know what one of the other characters looks like. There was another leak, supposedly, but to me it kind of looks like AI. So I can't really trust it. I'm talking about the one where it's like a bunch of characters standing in front of like a school. That looks hella AI to me. He has a portrait, which is like official art for Reno, which is his talking portrait, I think, officially. Oh, officially. Okay, so officially, if that's his official portrait, then okay. All right. I guess it's not a good looking portrait. Don't die, man. I like watching videos on the toilet. Why my videos on the toilet in particular? Although I shouldn't really be like, you know, annoyed by that. I feel like there's something very, very intimate about watching like YouTube content on the toilet. Something very, it's like, you know, you're in a very vulnerable spot. You're naked, your pants and shirt are like in like a different corner of the bathroom. You're standing up, you're squatting. You have your phone in your hands and you're watching, you know, it feels like the only thing that you could trust is whatever video that you have on your phone. So, you know what? I'm going to take that as a compliment that you're willing to bring me into, you know, a very, very, you know, vulnerable part of your time, like a part of your life. And I appreciate that. And because of that, Bob Evans Sausage, I will not die. I will keep going. That's my YouTube home feed. I don't know. Sad the You Are a Slave Wanted Man. Yeah, it didn't. But hey, at least we got a really cool looking trailer though. We didn't get You Are a Slave, but we got Who Are You? I think that's the tagline that people were able to suss out from like those letters and stuff. Who the hell takes their shirt off to take a shit? No offense to who does it, but why though? Well, you don't do that? You don't take off your shirt and you don't take off your underwear and pants and your shoes? You don't do that? And you don't stand up like above the toilet and squat? Like, is that weird? Is that weird for people? Am I just like outing myself as a weirdo? I thought that was like natural. I thought that was normal. You mean you don't get like naked at all? Huh. Okay, anyways, let's talk about Persona 6. So, yeah, Persona 6 was revealed. We didn't really get that much information out of it other than that. Man, that trailer was freaking weird. That trailer, I thought it was going to be something else from Atlas. I thought it was going to be like an original IP. Why did they make it so freaking scary? I thought it was going to be like a horror game or something, but nope. Persona 6. It was Persona 6. And like, of course, when you see the logo for Atlas, 9 times out of 10, it's usually a Persona game. Like, of course, you do get the Metaphor ReFantasios every now and then, but like Atlas is basically just the Persona company nowadays. So yeah, when I saw that and when like, you know, when I was like eking out the tone from this, I was like, what are they doing? Atlas, you going crazy. Someone's got to put a leash on you. You can't do that. You're the JRPG guys. You can't make like the next like Dead Space or whatever. But no, it was for Persona 6. And, you know, we joke about that. And a lot of people do feel like, oh, this trailer, this teaser trailer, that means that Persona 6 is going to have a really dark tone. And I feel like it will have a darker tone. I feel like it might even have a darker tone compared to Persona 5, because Persona 5, you know, while it did have a lot of the same like, you know, wacky hijinks of Persona 3 and Persona 4, they tackled a lot of like a lot of topics that I don't think that, you know, many of us were really expecting. Like, you know, they tackled suicide, like youth suicide. They tackled like sexual, like, you know, abuse, assault, especially against kids. That was pretty freaking crazy. When I saw that, I was like, damn, Persona 5, you have something to say. Tackling politics, they tackled it all. And I feel like Persona 6 will take it in a further direction. And you know, like I said, I don't think that the trailer should be indicative of everything. It's just kind of like a taste of what they kind of want to try and get across. How hot is it? Domino Master, it is. Let me take a look at my phone. Let's see. Last time I looked, it was 101. It is 102. It is 102 degrees Fahrenheit right now. My armpits are sweating. I could literally feel my deodorant just like sliding down my body. My back is wet, which is very, very, very funny and ironic if you know who I am. And just like my hair is just wet. Like, why did I even shower now? Ugh. Can't wait for Persona 7's teaser to have an I am me to complete the trifecta. Weird. You know, Starkiller, when you were reading, or when I was reading that, I was fully expecting to say, can't wait for Persona 7's teaser to just have like someone on the team just kill someone, just up and actually kill like a real life person, like a like a terrorist video or whatever, like something you'd see on Live Leak. It's like they took it really dark with Persona 6. They have to take it somewhere even further with Persona 7. I also take it all of it off. It feels more comfortable, plus the fear to shit back of oversized t-shirt. Yeah. Just to be real with you, sometimes I do take off all my clothes when I take a dump, when I really need to take a dump. Like when it's like one of those like crazy ones where it's just like I have to like grab onto like the seat, I have to like put my hands on the wall. It's like that's when I take off my clothes and stuff. And of course, you know, when I'm at like, you know, public places, of course I'm not taking off my clothes when I'm at like the public toilet. That's just really weird. Persona 7 Stages. Exactly. That's what I was expecting to read. But that would be also really funny too if they tried to imagine if they were just trying to complete like a sentence. It's like, who are you? I am me. And then like Persona 8 is like, what are you? And then Persona 9 is just like, what is me or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, Persona 6, there's really not much to go off of other than the teaser trailer having a lot of gravestones. A lot of people are thinking that there's going to be a heavier emphasis on the supernatural, which, you know, I remember reading some comments and people were like, wow, finally a Persona game about like it's the supernatural and the occult. And I'm like, scratch his chin. Didn't we already have that? And that comment is even doubly funnier because I remember taking a look at the updated Steam listing for Persona 4 Revival, and one of the very first words that they used to describe Persona 4 Revival is supernatural, which is like, I mean, all of the games are pretty much supernatural in some way, shape, or form. Some more than others, you know, especially going back to Persona 1 and 2. But yeah, can't really talk too much about Persona 6, but I am really happy that they finally announced it. I know they've hinted at it before numerous times, generally calling it the future of the Persona series, and now we finally got an actual title for it, Persona 6, who would have thought? But yeah, and I really wasn't expecting to see it. Like I said earlier, I never really got to elaborate too much, but like, I wasn't really expecting them to announce Persona 6, especially with Persona 4 Revival getting announced as well, because I was afraid that people would focus more on Persona 6 over Persona 4 Revival, and you know, people wouldn't really care too much. Almost kind of like a Persona 5 Tactica situation, where those two games were, I think they were revealed in the same showcase. And we all know how well Persona 5 Tactica did. No one talks about that game at all, even though I'm sure it probably deserves being spoken about. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't really be too worried because Persona 4 Revival and Persona 6 are both really huge announcements. So I guess they could kind of share the spotlight. But like, how do you announce Persona 6 and then like how do you focus on anything else? Like, I know Persona 4 Revival is like getting all the attention right now, but like, I want to know more about Persona 6 now. Like, just drop some more info about that, please. I beg of you, Atlas. I need to know more. You know, how far are you going to take the horror like direction? Is it going to be horror? Like, what's it going to be about? I remember I made a meme. I made a meme on Twitter. It was a very funny lay meme, and I think it actually is probably the most liked tweet that I've ever made, even compared to the Persona 3 Discord meme that I made 7 years ago. Wow. But yeah, because it got like 15,000 likes, and I think the most that the Persona 3 Discord meme got was like 9,900 or something. So get dunked on Persona 3 Discord meme. But someone someone replied, and they had a pretty cool sounding like premise for Persona 6. Let's see. I want to find it. Where's my post? There it is. Let's see. Is this it? Is it this one? Oh, here it is. Looks like they're going to be going into the afterlife. That'd be interesting. Getting information on crimes committed or something, and you have to help solve it. Which, that sounds like a pretty interesting premise. I would kind of be down for, like, imagine you're just dead and you're just hanging out in the afterlife, and then you have to go into the real world or something and solve cases or whatever, with like hints or something you got from like the afterlife, from like the person that was murdered or what have you. They're just like, they looked like this, I think I knew them, blah blah blah. And like that message actually got my brain flowing and all that, about just like the possibilities of what could like happen with Persona 6. If they did do something like that, I wouldn't even be mad. I would kind of be down with it. It'd be kind of weird though, because like the protagonist is dead, and like, you know, how are they gonna, like, I mean, I guess they'll figure it out. They'll figure out a way to make spin-offs work that bring in like the other casts of like the Persona games together. Rumors of them dropping both in 2027 too. Yeah, I've seen that as well. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, of course you could make it work maybe, because Persona 4 Revival is coming out in February. So potentially if they drop like 6 in November, maybe, possibly. But I don't know. I personally, to me, I feel like a 2028 release might make a bit more sense. Maybe Atlas could they could release something else during the latter half of 2027. Like maybe they could release like Raito 2, or they could release like another remaster, perhaps Digital Devil Saga. I don't know. Like I said, it's possible, but I don't know how I'd really feel about that. 2 Persona games, 2 mainline Persona games in 1 year just feels a bit much. The best thing now, we have the official logo to use in Persona 6 memes, right? And I'm gonna miss that weird Gucci bag looking logo that they had, or that they supposedly leaked. That logo looked kind of cool, and I don't really know how I feel about this logo. It looks a bit plain, whereas the Gucci bag logo looked kind of cool, but who knows, maybe this logo has a lot of thematic meaning to it. It kind of looks like a stamp, so maybe, I don't know, maybe like the protagonist is really bad when it comes to like schoolwork, so he's always getting like bad grades stamped onto his homework, because he's too busy focusing on like all these crime cases that require him to travel between the afterlife and the real world or whatever. We got a basic description on the... Yeah, we did Star Killer, but it's you know, basic is like, you know, that's what it is. It's it's really, really basic. Like the most that I got from it is that like it's gonna be different compared to other Persona games, but that's kind of how it's always been for other, like the Persona games that came out. But yeah, right now we don't really know too much, and I guess that's kind of cool, because it means that people could theorize, and it gets our, you know, our brain juices flowing, and it gets us, you know, talking. And I'm kind of glad that they didn't show anything else, because if they showed like, I don't know, the character running around or something like they did with Persona 4 Revival's first trailer, I don't know how that would go down with people. Everyone hated it back then, and I'm kind of glad that they did the Persona 5 thing, where they just showed what they want to try and like get across. Persona 6, yes, it totally does. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Starkiller. 2028 game for certain. If they do 2027, I would honestly be surprised, and I don't know how I'd feel about that, but I don't know. We'll see. Always remember that the first Persona 5, yeah, winter 2014 for PS3, that game came out. It did. It really did. I hope they don't do the same thing here. And a lot of people are also doomer posting about that. I don't think they're going to do that. I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson about posting so soon about Persona 5 when they aren't really close to being finished. You know, going off of like previous reveals, like Persona 3 Reload, when that was revealed, they had, they had a lot to show, and that came out like less than half a year later. Persona 4 Revival, when that was revealed, with its really, really bad 2-second gameplay segment, that was revealed in July or June of 2025. It's going to be coming out in, let's see, February of 2027. So about like a year and a half. So Persona 6, they got nothing really to reveal. So maybe like 2 years tops. So 2026, 2028, late 2028, possibly, potentially. That's just my math. It's probably not correct. I failed in math. I got an F, probably like the Persona 6 protagonist got on his math report. I can't wait for Persona 6 mobile game to collab with that Jujutsu Kaisen mobile game, and then for that game to be canceled because they both share something with the paranormal. Ooh. But Persona 6, you know, is different from Persona 5. If Jujutsu Kaisen collaborated with Persona 5, then I would be worried. For all we know, considering since Persona 6 is dealing with like death and stuff, potentially, maybe it might actually like bring like a dying mobile game back to life. Maybe it's like the yin to Persona 5's yang. It'll bring everything back to life that it touches. Like, you know, you got mobile game collabs. Maybe like there's like a toothbrush collab from like a failing like hygienic product like manufacturer or whatever. And they're brought like back into the limelight, and they're like, "Whoa, this is Persona 6 collab toothpaste. That's crazy." I don't know. Honestly, they probably had all these leaks to take care of and to get the fans to calm down. They just had to get something out like last year for Persona 4 Revival. Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking too. And considering we've seen like the protagonist already, as well as that character that we don't really know too much about with the the headset, I feel like they probably at least have everything kind of like nailed down as to like who the characters are, what they look like, probably like their personalities and all that. So yeah, I feel a little confident that that they're at least pretty, you know, well underway into production. I feel that's personally how I feel. I could be wrong. Heat is so nice. Gonna kill ya. I'm gonna have to kill ya for that one. I don't agree with that. Heat is nice in certain instances, but not when those instances are over 100-degree weather. And currently, like I said earlier, a few minutes ago, it was 102. Let's see what it is right now. Oh, it's 101. Okay, cool. All right. It went down by 1 degree. 1 degree. I recently found out The Weeknd played Persona. Yeah. It's so crazy that, you know, The Weeknd just like, you know, just randomly revealed just one day that he was playing Persona 5, and it caused like this whole thing, this whole sequence of events where, like, you know, he was sharing like his gameplay, and everyone's like, whoa, no way. And then he's sharing that he, you know, he dropped Takemi, he dropped the ball there, and that he was going through a depressive arc, and you know, cut to like a month later or something, and he's at the Atlas offices playing Revival and seeing Persona 6, which has me wondering just how much he's seen of Persona 6. Like, I know that he shared that screenshot of the logo that is, like, you know, visible in the trailer, but I wonder if he got a bit more than that, since, you know, he's a bigger figure, that they'd want to cater to him and, you know, give him more, because he got to play Persona 4 Revival, so chances are he might have got to see maybe a bit more than we have so far. Would take heat over whatever is happening in the Midwest. What's happening in the Midwest? Like tornadoes and stuff? Like ice? Like an ice rapture? Everyone's just being like encased in ice? Like, what's happening over there? I want to take that because, my God, I should have... Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to get a towel. Makes me want to go do some manual labor. Oh. All you had to do was turn down the sun, CJ. Turn down the damn sun. Ugh. All right, back. Currently dry. Armpits dry. Forehead. Man, that's some hair is wet. Fuck. I have naturally greasy hair, so that's... I'm as dry as I could get now. I am absolutely not fuming at this and absolutely not jealous of him at all, and did not pin a picture of him on my wall. Yeah, we're all really jealous of The Weeknd right now. But hey, you know, he's a, like I said, he's a big name, so of course he's gonna get all of these perks and benefits and stuff, and you know, that's to be expected. That's to be. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that, like, you know, he's liking Persona 5. I'm happy that, you know, he's getting all this wonderful treatment from the community. Everyone's just embracing The Weeknd at this point, and you know, I like his music and stuff. I like some of his songs. Most of it, I am embarrassed to say this. I've heard most of his music strictly just from Fortnite, but like some of the music, and I'm happy that he's enjoying his Persona experience to the point where he's getting a chance to check out something that we've been wanting to see for so long. He got to see it first. Someday, maybe we'll all get our Weeknd moment someday. Who knows? Maybe I'll get my Weeknd moment, and Atlas will be like, "You're the guy that did that Twitter video, right?" And I was like, "Yes." And they're like, "Okay," and then that's it. They just talk to me for a second. Hey, if I got to talk with Mr. Atlas just for 1 second, I feel like that'd be like mission complete. I could probably just end everything there. I'd be like, I've been working up to this point just for this moment. I got recognized. On and off rain and tornadoes, most bipolar weather ever. Ooh. Okay, well, definitely not as bad as me thinking that people were getting encased in like coffins of ice, but tornadoes is still pretty bad stuff. I'm very lucky to live in the West Coast, which I guess in some ways is the best coast because we don't got to deal with tornadoes, but we do have like freaking earthquakes, and we are not prepared for that at all. I remember the last time we had an earthquake, and that shit shook everything. I'm so glad that nothing like fell over, and not gonna lie, I get kind of paranoid about that because I don't have everything like a lot of my stuff is not the most secure because, like I said, we're not really good with the handling earthquakes. But yeah, I just hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. I would hate to lose my freaking like my monitor or like my hard drive of stuff, which I should probably just lay my hard drive down. Well, for one, I should probably get an internal hard drive for my computer. What if The Weeknd is the new singer for Persona 6? I would be like cool with it, but I don't really know if that'll happen. He has a nice voice, I won't lie. And it would be cool to have like a male vocalist for a Persona game. I know we had Lotus Juice, but his role is kind of shared with I forgot her name, Yumi, in Persona 3. So having like a strictly like male vocalist could be interesting, but also I don't know, because I feel like a lot of the charm from Persona soundtracks is having a Japanese vocalist singing the English lyrics, and like, you know, having like, you know, their accent. It's a very like how do I say this without it sounding like racist or anything? But I don't know. I feel like it's a part of the Persona charm, you know, where they just, you know, have these lyrics. And like, also I feel like it might go against the I guess Actually, no, I don't think it really would go against that. Because what I was gonna say was, didn't like Shoji Meguro have it so like the lyrics are in English, so that way like Japanese players aren't like thrown off and they're just like, what? What are they saying? I should focus on this music or whatever. Like it's kind of just like noise for them while they focus on battling and all that. But I don't know. I mean, if it happens, then I guess that's okay. But if it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. Tornadoes always scare me because I own 50 plus plastic live on. Imagine you look at the tornado after it sucks up your house and just like all the plastic instruments are just flying around. Like that'd be scary. It'd be really funny to like take video and show it to like Cracked and be like, hey, can I get like a I don't know, like a replacement or something? And they see like all of your Cracked guitars just like flying in the tornado. Are you dead? Singular dingular. Currently not yet. And I really have to thank this towel that's on the floor right now for keeping me from death, because I just wiped my body and now I feel a lot better. I'm starting to get sweaty again, but like before I wiped myself down, I felt like I jumped into like a pool of water or something. Generally makes me happy to see a huge figure play one of the... Right? I don't think that there's any other big figures, like big Western figures that have like openly played and talked about Persona and like said how much they enjoyed it and stuff. I actually think that The Weeknd might be the only one. I know that there was like a football player or something who talked about Persona, liking Persona, but you know, football players, like, you know, very famous football players come few and far in between. Like I know that there's a few like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning and stuff. Michael Jordan, he's a really good football player. But yeah, they're not as prevalent as someone like The Weeknd, who, you know, makes music and tends to have a wider reach compared to like a football player. So it's really cool. It's really nice, and kind of gives me hope that like more people are going to learn about this, about Persona, and maybe like push it even further to the masses. And I know a lot of people are probably going to like think that's a bad thing, but you know, exposure is always really good for series, especially series like this, where it's still in that niche. It's popular, but it's still like very nichey and stuff. Some people joking this. Yeah, they're like some of the Atlas staff are just walking by, like, you know, they got a liking to like the area that they based Young and Jaya off of, and then they see The Weeknd there. They're like, oh, you're The Weeknd. Hey man, we get it, man. We saw. Hey, come on. It's like inviting like a lost puppy, like a sad lost puppy into like your house to get warm and stuff. Oh god, I love that headcanon that The Weeknd is just like he's so heartbroken about Takemi not being his love interest. Poor guy. I get it. I didn't romance Takemi, but I get it. I totally understand. Since Meguro resigned from Fatless a few years, I wonder who might write the soundtrack for this new entry in the franchise. I believe he said he'd still collaborate with Atlas for... Yeah, I feel like Meguro would probably end up showing up again for Persona 6. It's like... It's his thing, man. Persona's his thing. Of course, as well as, like, you know, some of the other Mega 10 stuff. But, like, he made, like the modern Persona soundtracks be the way they are, and it would feel really weird if he didn't come back for the next mainline entry. Of course, if they got like a different composer, I could see it definitely working. Like the guy that did the Reload soundtrack, that could work too, especially with those new songs. Like those new songs slap, which, you know, if he came back, those songs would definitely be like the best things to look at to see how he would handle Persona 6 and its soundtrack. Japanese singing is really... Yes. Persona 1, it sounds so cool. I agree. I really do agree. And, you know, I hate to bring up like VTubers and stuff because, you know, I think we're far past that. We're out of that Wolf 397 era. We've passed the VTuber simp era, but that was one of my favorite things about like when I'd watched like Japanese VTubers, is that whenever like there's like an English like viewer or something that comes in, or they're trying to address their English viewers, you know, they talk in English, and you know, of course it's broken English because, you know, they don't know the language fully. And even if it's not like, you know, like 100% fluid or anything, and it's sometimes hard to understand what they're saying because, you know, they don't know quite the words to use to get their point across. It's really, really charming, and it really, you know, it warms my heart immensely that they're trying to, you know, they're trying to communicate. They're trying to, you know, bypass the language barrier. And honestly, it's hella inspiring because, like, you know, they know that much like English. I don't know like even half as much like Japanese as that. And it makes me want to learn Japanese to, you know, return the favor and try and like get on their level and talk to them. Corone397 to Retro397. Right? It's insanity. It's but also there were a few other arcs in between Corone397 and Retro397. There was some other stuff in there too. There was also a Meme397 where I was trying to be a meme poster, and that didn't really work out. But yeah, that's what I really like about the soundtracks for 3, 4, and 5 is the singers trying to sing English and make it work. And a lot of times, of course, yeah, it's hard to understand, but it's charming. That's like a part of like Persona's feel. We still have Kitsujo and Kozuka. Yeah, of course. He is working on P4R, so maybe, possibly, potentially he might do. Okay, all right. I dogged on Kozuka. That's his name, Kozuka. For the Your Affection remix. I personally don't think that sounds good. We may have to give it some time. Maybe it's just a work in progress, like I said, but dude. Ryota Kozuka for Persona 6. With how dark like the Your Affection remix sounds, as well as like his experience with the SMT series. Oh man, I'm getting excited just thinking about that, because if Persona 6 is as dark as we think it might be, as we're like I guess like headcanoning it to be, his music would fit really, really well with Persona 6 and like the vibe and tone and atmosphere that they're trying to go for. Especially right now with what like the horror like theme that they have for the reveal trailer. That would be freaking cool. And I feel like he'd be a better fit for Persona 6 than like Revival. At least right now. Like I said, we only have Your Affection, and it might be work in progress. I don't know. But yeah, I could totally see that happening. I do remember Pikmin 397. Still in my Pikmin era. I've been wanting to go back and play Pikmin 2. I don't know if I do it on stream. Maybe. I played like 50% of Pikmin 2, and I feel like it could probably work on stream. But like I said, I tend to feel more comfortable playing games that I have already beaten, so that way, you know, I could focus more on doing like commentary and stuff. But maybe, I mean, I already, like I said, I played like 50% of 2, so maybe I could just do Pikmin 2 on stream and just beat it that way. I don't know if I want to do it like during the summer though. Oh god, with how sweaty I'm getting right now, and like imagining like my controller getting all gross and sweaty, and like my skin like oils and just I don't know how I'd feel about it. But I'm still in my Pikmin era. I'm still playing Pikmin Bloom. Not as much as I used to. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it really at all during the summer because of how hot it is. What Arc 397 right now? Sun Hermit, I'm not too sure. Starkiller was kind of implying that my current arc at the moment is Retro 397, which it is. It really does seem like it is, and it's funny that, because I remember last year one of my friends was talking to me, and he's just like, dude, I think that you should do more retro game stuff. Like, I feel like that's like your that's your thing. That could be like your niche. You did really well with that one video. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't really want to like dig myself into a niche and stuff. And here I am, like, getting super hella into buying like Super Famicom and Famicom games. I recently actually got 2 more Super Famicom games. I got I'm just gonna use the English names for them, but I got it was a 2-pack for $27-ish or something. It was a 2-pack of Super Famicom games. It was Kirby's Dream Course, which is a game that I've been wanting to play for so freaking long. I remember when I watched the Game Grumps play it. It looked like a lot of fun, and it's a game that I really would like to play with a second player. Maybe I could get my girlfriend to play it with me, and we could just have like a little friendly competition with that. I know that she's the competitive type, so maybe it might actually make it even more fun if we played that game. It came with Kirby Dream Course, and it came with Kirby Superstar, which is it's like a compilation of games of like Kirby, should I say mini games, short games? I don't know. It's really hard to say. I've never played Superstar, but it's a game that I've really wanted to play. And while I was testing out the games to make sure that they worked, I don't know if I can really play this copy because it's all in Japanese. Whereas Dream Course, that game has mainly English. I don't think I've seen like a single actually I don't think I've seen a single like hint of Japanese in Kirby Dream Course outside of the title screen. So I could probably play that without having to use a translator, kind of like when I was playing Super Mario World and Super Mario Collection, which I don't think I talked about. I talked about Super Mario World, but I did end up getting a copy of Super Mario All-Stars, which is known as Super Mario Collection in Japan. I got a copy of that, and it was pretty cheap, thankfully. I think it was like $12 altogether. And I played the hell out of that. I beat Super Mario Bros. 2 in that game. Damn, that game is pretty difficult. I don't remember it being that hard, but also I did beat Super Mario Advanced, that version of Super Mario Bros. 2, so maybe that version is just way more easy compared to like Super Mario All-Stars version. And that's got me kind of worried because weeks back I purchased a copy of Super Mario USA, which is Mario 2 in Japan. The American Mario 2 in Japan. That's what they call it, Mario USA. I bought a copy of that as well as a copy of Kirby's Adventure for Famicom. And those games they've been shipped, but they are untracked, so I don't know where the hell they are. They could probably be in a ditch somewhere. They could be like in my ass. I wouldn't even know. But yeah, looking forward to those if they ever do come. Like I said, they're untracked. So for all I know, that guy could have probably have not sent them at all. But yeah, I have been on quite the retro kick lately, and even though that is the case, I don't really want to pigeonhole myself into that niche. It's a fun niche, I won't lie, and I have a lot to say about it. I have a lot of video ideas that I want to make about it, but yeah, I don't know. As for what the niche that would happen after this, I don't know. By the way, I love the PS3 Wave as a stream visualizer. Really? All right, thank you. I totally forgot that I had that. Like, I see it, but I never really register it in my mind that it's from the PS3. So I guess thank you for that reminder. I also want to talk about the PS3 someday. That'd be a fun video to make. What do you think on the collector's edition for P4R? Unfortunately, 1020, I haven't really kept up with much of it. I just know that there is like a statue that's included with the collector's edition. And also that there is a Japanese and a American version of the collector's edition. And a lot of people are not too sure which would be considered the best collector's edition. Like I said, I don't know too much about them other than the statue being in the American one. But yeah, I haven't really bought that many Atlas collector's editions as of recent. I think the last one that I got was... I think it was SMT5, and then after that, I just didn't want to anymore. I just don't have that much physical space to be able to afford for these collector's editions. Back then, I bought collector's editions whenever I could. Like, I bought the original Persona 5 collector's edition. I bought the original Persona 5 Royal collector's edition. I infamously bought the Persona 4 Golden, Solid Gold Premium Edition, which, you know, that video came out again. And a lot of people are, like, you know, getting deja vu. And for those who have watched that video, like, before last year and the new version now, yes, it is a re-upload, but I did add some background music because I felt like that was something that was sorely missing when I went back to it to watch over it and see how it was, like, now. I was like, man, it's really quiet. I don't, because I was in, like, my era where it's like, I kind of want to strip back everything. I just want the only thing that matters, and that being the voiceover and the script, as well as, like, the visuals being very plain, which, yeah, I'm kind of past that. So that's why I have re-released a few videos with some more editing changes to them, like that one, as well as the retro gaming, is it cheap or whatever. I added music to those, and I feel like the music makes it much more palatable to me. I saw your video about the Solid Gold Premium Edition of Persona 4 Gold, and that skin looks so good. I'm printing it out myself on some vinyl sticker paper thing to stick on my Vita. I am not spending. Definitely do not. But actually, Bob, because I know that sticker was released as a pre-order bonus for those who pre-ordered Persona 4 Golden. So maybe you could get lucky if you look around on, like, eBay or some other site to, like, maybe you could find it there. It might be expensive, but I don't know. Like, if you do have something that allows you to make, like, a sticker yourself for cheap, I guess I shouldn't tell you what to do. Definitely go that route. For all we know, you could, like, make that, and if, like, you wear out your sticker, you could just make another one, because I don't have a vinyl sticker paper thing. So my thing is wearing out, and there's not much I could do about it, because, you know, I can't just make another one or whatever. But yeah, if you are trying to look for, like, an official one, it possibly might, like, be there, like, on eBay or something. Just saying, if that's something that you're interested in. The only collector's edition I ever had is Kingdom Hearts 3, but I think I lost all that stuff, sadly. Oof. Wait, you lost all that stuff? Man, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. Like, was it like you misplaced it? Or, I mean, if it's something bad, if it's something like traumatizing, do not share. But, you know, yeah, I'll just say, like, I am very sorry about that. Losing things like that, collector's editions, things that, you know, there's just, like, one, like, well, I shouldn't say one of, but very few numbers of. It is hard, and I'm really glad that I managed to, like, keep hold of, like, my Solid Gold Premium Edition, as well as, like, all the other Persona collector's editions. Because even though I, you know, don't have that much space, and I'm not a big fan of collector's editions, I'm still happy that I have them, because, you know, they're very rare. They're one of a kind, and you know, it reminds me of a much more innocent time where all I had to worry about was school and how the heck I'm gonna afford the next Persona game. Yeah, I feel like I'm probably gonna end the stream right here. It's pretty late in the day, and I should probably take all of this energy that I have into, like, streaming, into working on, like, my video stuff, because, like I said, I filmed a grand majority of the footage for my next video, as well as recorded the voiceover for it earlier in the week. So since I'm on my computer now, which is something that I tend to not do nowadays, because I try to stay away from my computer because it reminds me of quote-unquote work, since I have, like, the mindset right now, I should definitely try and make an effort to work on this video finally. So I'm gonna probably end the video here. End the stream here. So if there's a video, I'm already ahead of myself. I'm thinking about working on a video right now. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. But before I do, like we always do, if there's anything you need me to address, if there's any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to ask me anything about Persona 4 Revival or Persona 6's Reveal, or anything of the sort, please speak now or forever hold your peace. It's really refreshing to see that you actually use the carrying case too, rather than preserve. Yeah, I really needed it because I used the hell out of my PS Vita back then. I brought that shit with me everywhere. I brought it to college, I brought it to school, I brought it like all over the place. And I know I joked about like not like using my Vita in like places other than my home. I did actually take it quite a few places, like I said, college and stuff. But yeah, I do feel real bad that I used that thing up and now it's like falling apart and stuff. But that's just a sign of it being well loved. It looks ugly, but it shows that it served its purpose. And you know, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be like, you know, annoyed by that I used the thing for its purpose, but whatever. I guess the only bad thing about it is that it sheds all over the place. That's one of the reasons that I don't like to take it out and mess with my Vita. I actually have my Vita on top of the case where I have like my portable game stored because I don't want to deal with opening the case anymore because it just sheds everywhere. Like I said in the video, like a dog. Get figures in the GameStop pre-order fabric poster, but yeah, I misplaced it. Oh man. That's even worse. Like if it was lost in like you know, something like tragic, like a flood or something. Because you know, I've misplaced a few things before, and I can never like forgive myself for that. Like I've talked about like how I potentially lost my Guitar Hero 3 Les Paul, my Wii Les Paul. Like I feel like it potentially was stolen, but I also may have potentially have misplaced it too. I just don't know where. You know. I'm hoping that I misplaced it and I just come across it someday. Late in the day over here, it's like 3 a.m. and I'm still here. Bob Evans sausage. My God. I gotta know how the sausage is made, Bob Evan. How the heck are you still, like keeping track of all this? Like, how are you still here and not, like, asleep or something? 3 a.m.? Man. I don't want to sound like your mom or anything, but please go to sleep. I don't think my stream is worth it, dude. I'm flattered, but I don't want you to like ruin your sleep schedule or anything. Unless this is like just how it is for you, because I know there's some people that have like night shifts and stuff, and you know, that's just the norm for them. They're just up at 3 a.m. until like, you know, like midday or something. Yeah, I do have something. I hate DaVinci Resolve. Same. I want to like DaVinci Resolve, and I really do need to get around to making those like videos for that one channel that I want to get started. For those who aren't here, I'll just go through it really quick. Last stream that I did, I was in a really bad mental state, and I talked about how I wanted to start this channel where I just, you know, have a really stripped back like presentation where I just talk about things unscripted and just talk about like really serious things, like, you know, just very, I'll just stop there. Very serious things in regards to like psychological, like mental, all that, as well as other things that reach past that, and I guess could, be related, maybe go hand in hand with them. I would like to do those videos and use those videos as a training ground for DaVinci Resolve, because like I said, they'd be stripped down, so they'd be really, really simple to do. And I remember trying to do it for the Nixie Wizard 2 video. I remember trying to do DaVinci Resolve, and I loaded all the stuff in there, and I was like, I tried to use it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something, and I was like, nah, man, nah, I can't do this. And then I just opened up Adobe and just didn't look back. I hate Adobe with a passion. Me too. Me too. I hate Adobe, and that's one of the reasons that I want to get into DaVinci Resolve. I'm not looking forward to when I have to pay that what is it? The early subscription fee or whatever. I am not looking forward to paying for that, but like for that one-time fee, I'd break free from the termination fee. Yes, 1020. That termination fee, that'd be my key. That'd be my ticket to getting free, breaking free from Adobe and its clutches. Fuck, almost $100. Like I said, it'd be my ticket to breaking free from Adobe, but yeah, I'd be free. I wouldn't have to worry about like being under Adobe's thumb, and I could, just work on things on my own terms, not have to worry about having $30 siphoned out of my wallet every single month. One thing that I will miss if I ever do get rid of Adobe, I say if I do get rid of Adobe because, I know I'm weak. I know I'm so used to Adobe products that I don't know if I could really do it. But one thing that I'll miss is just taking advantage of Adobe fonts. Adobe fonts has been very, very helpful in regards to working on things such as like thumbnails. Like my favorite, like this font right here. This is an Adobe font, or it's a font that I got through Adobe Fonts. And I'd really hate to lose it because I like this font a lot. I feel like it's got some character to it. It's got some zest. And I'll have to find something that's very similar to it. But I'm sure there is something that's pretty similar to this font, like just in stock Windows. But yeah, I like Adobe fonts. That's one of the very few good things that they have, along with Adobe Premiere and After Effects and Audition. I guess Acrobat. And I guess potentially Photoshop. And maybe InDesign. And potentially Dreamweaver. And maybe Animate. And maybe etc, 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 etc. I'm just kidding. But, even though I do like Adobe, I'm pretty sure I could make it work. I can make DaVinci Resolve work. And I hate Magix Vegas, so I guess is that the same as Sony Vegas? I think I heard that Sony Vegas was bought out. I don't know if it was by Magix or something of the like, but I mean, there's not that many editing softwares that are called Vegas, so I think that's probably what it's called now. Sony Vegas is called Magix Vegas. Oh, also there's CapCut. I don't know too much about CapCut, but I do know that it has a desktop version. So, Emersona, throwing it back to you. If you don't like DaVinci Resolve, maybe CapCut could work for you. I've never used it on desktop, but I've had pretty much a mostly good experience with using it on mobile. So maybe pretty easy to use. Well, perfect. There we go. So if I can't get into DaVinci Resolve, maybe I'll just switch over to CapCut. But I do know that CapCut they're pulling some bullshit too. They're trying to make people like go for subscriptions as well. Like I think they have like a $10.99 or a $9.99. I don't know what the price is for it, but like they're trying to push that subscription fee so that way you could get access to like features that were originally available in the free version that they then price blocked people from, which, as we all know, that is a big no-no for anyone that has like a free program or anything. Like it sucks whenever they do that. I hate whenever like studios or whatever, anyone that's like making something and then they just like block you from using things that were once usable for free. Now you have to pay something. That's so lame. That's so freaking greedy, but I guess it works because a lot of people use CapCut, especially, people on TikTok, but that's, to be a given because TikTok is, a part of the same company that makes CapCut, ByteDance, and maybe Illustrator. Yeah, I've never really gotten around to using Illustrator. I've been wanting to learn it for a long time because I mainly deal with raster graphics via Photoshop, but vector is something that's just way more versatile because I remember when I made a logo back then through Photoshop, and I remember wanting to like scale it up, and then it just got all pixely and like blocky and all gross and icky and And I know the figurative sandwich logo, I think that's also raster too. But the thing is that I made that logo so big. I think it's like 5,000 by 5,000, the pixel size. I made it so big that it'll work for whatever resolutions that I have to use it for. And I'm kind of glad that I did that, but also it takes up a shit ton of space. I think it's like 50 megabytes or something, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for just for one thing, that is a ton. That is a shit ton. That's a shit ton of size right there. That's crazy. It do be crazy. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Yacht's crazy. Yacht's crazy. The yacht's so crazy, brah. That's crazy. Nah. Yacht's crazy. I have a website for myself, and I use Dreamweaver, and I just love it. I really want to move away to it, but I just can't. It's hard. Adobe gets their hands on you, and they don't let go. You have to force yourself out. It really is like a situation of having to like quit cold turkey and making yourself rely on like DaVinci Resolve or CapCut or some other like alternative program. For Illustrator or Dreamweaver, I don't even really know what those alternative programs would be. That's just how hard it is for me to jump away. Photoshop, I know there's Photopea, or however you pronounce it. There's that one that someone else was talking about that I remember hearing about, but forgot the name of. Stockholm Syndrome, but it's for honestly, I've been abused for so long that I can't break away anymore. Affinity Suite. Thank you, 1020. In fact, 1020, were you the one that brought that up last time when we were talking about this? I feel like you did. I might be wrong though. But thank you. Yeah, okay, all right. Thank you again for helping this poor old man and his declining memory. Thank you for helping this poor old man with his declining memory out. Really appreciate it. Who are you? Are you my grandson? Come on, let's go for an ice cream. Let's end this stream and just go for an ice cream, okay? And all of you guys, I'm pretty sure you're all my grandsons too. Let's all go for ice cream. Let's just end it right now and just go for some ice cream. Just kidding. But we probably should end the stream right now because it is pretty late and I'm sweating. I should probably take a little bit of a break before I work on video stuff because I really do need to work on video stuff. I gotta force myself. Vanilla, please. Gladly. I love vanilla. Ice cream? Dorky Danny, you heard ice cream and immediately you're just like, This is like the most active I think I've seen you like been all stream. I know you were talking earlier about like that's crazy and stuff, but now you've been activated. The neuron has been activated in a very severe manner. You should get yourself some ice cream. Everyone should get some ice cream right now. To be fair, I was at work. Fair. Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to call you out for that then. I apologize. That is on me. Affinity is really good, but unfortunately it's not a full replacement for the CC Suite. Yeah, and that's just how it's going to be. Creative Cloud is just like, it literally is just that. It's like a fully featured suite of like products and stuff, and it's going to be impossible to replicate that. I believe Affinity has some things that do replicate it, like for Photoshop. I think there's something for Illustrator, and there's another program. But yeah, when you break away from Adobe, it's just from that point forward, you have to pretty much like search all across like the universe, like you're looking for the Dragon Balls or something to find everything that you need. Like for DaVinci Resolve, that's not a part of Affinity. For Audacity, that's not a part of Affinity. You have to go all over and look for it. Ice cream. 3 a.m. ice cream sounds so fire. Damn, talking about ice cream right now makes me want ice cream. God, this was just supposed to be a joke, but now... Okay, well, maybe I should end the stream and go get ice cream or something. I'll go walk out in this, like, 5,000 degree heat. Oh, Baskin Robbins. Oh, fuck. Dorky, you are speaking my language right now. Rip Rite Aid indeed. Whenever I go past the Rite Aid, I always look at it and I just think about all the times, all the good times, all the bad times. There were some bad times, but it was mostly good times. I remember when I used to live in this other city before I moved. There was this Rite Aid that was literally in my backyard. Not literally, but like I jumped over my backyard fence so that way I could go to the Rite Aid. And I used to go there a lot. I used to get like snacks and stuff. I remember I used to be really big into Fig Newtons for some reason at that time. So I would go over there and I'd get like Fig Newtons. They also had like these knockoff Fig Newtons that were of different fruits, which, you know, even though it was a knockoff, that shit was good. That slapped so hard. I missed that. I should probably see if they're available in any other stores. But they were good. I would go for that. I'd get soda. I would get just all kinds of other stuff from Rite Aid. And now that Rite Aid that, you know, is over where I used to live, it's not a Rite Aid anymore. It's nothing. It's just empty. It's just dead. It's just a big building that takes up a lot of space that's not being used anymore. And that's very sad. It's a reminder that not everything is forever. And honestly, I thought that Rite Aid would be forever. I really thought that Rite Aid would just, you know, be just always there, a constant. You know, if no one was there for me, I knew that Rite Aid was there for me. It got my back all the time whenever I need them. Came back empty-handed, no ice cream chat. Rip. I used to get earphones every month at Rite Aid. Oh shoot, word? That's right. Yeah, Rite Aid used to have like a ton of that stuff. I actually, dude, I just remembered I got a pair of earbuds from Rite Aid myself. From the Rite Aid that I was talking about, the one that used to be near where I used to live. It was when Skull Candy was still a big thing. And I remember getting these black shitty Skull Candy earbuds, and they lasted for like maybe a month or two, and then they just broke on me. They were so like poorly made, and like the wire was really like thin. It was like a flat thin too. And it was like, it's just like, I remember it would get caught on everything, and then it just stopped working. It stopped working. And thankfully it was really cheap though, so I think I just ended up getting Beats earbuds, and then those broke on me too. God, what was it about like freaking earbuds back then just like falling apart? I'm so glad that like the wired earbuds that I got from my Galaxy S8 in 2019 or whatever, they're still going. I'm using them right now. The worst thing that happened was like a little piece of like plastic just like fell off like a couple of weeks ago, and that was after like I said, I got it in 2019, so it's been 7 years. 7 years I've been using these things for everything. They were such high quality. Maybe too high quality. I feel like I don't deserve these earbuds. I feel like I should have paid like a premium for these, but yeah, they're still going. And honestly, I thought about getting like in-ear monitors and stuff, but with how long these are like going for, I don't think I'll have to worry about getting in-ear monitors at all. If I do though, I don't know, I'll have to like do a burial for these earbuds or something, these AKG ones. Int main, see reference. I'm so coding brain rotted. Chat, the CS homework is given. Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. You know, I'm not a scripter. I don't do any scripting or anything, but you know, I've heard the horror stories. It's almost like the Tetris effect that I've heard, that like for like people that I know who got into like computer science or like tried to get into like working on stuff like that, they would just see script in their dreams. Stream the burial. I should stream the burial. In fact, I wanted to do this burial stream before for something that I had. So I have these. Damn, I was supposed to end the stream like 20 minutes ago, but you guys. All right. This will be the last thing that I talk about before I end, and then I go take a shower or whatever, because man, I'm so sweaty. But when I was doing like the TikTok shop stuff, because you know I was kind of like getting into that. I was getting like free samples and stuff every now and then. I didn't post most of those things here because a lot of it didn't really fit for like my YouTube channel. I mean, it didn't really fit for my TikTok account either, but you know, I had to do it for TikTok because it was a TikTok shop free sample. But I think the only video I did for a TikTok shop sample that I put onto YouTube was the Persona 4 86th lanyard that I did. And but anyways, I got this belt from TikTok shop for free, and it was a belt that I've been wanting to get for a long time. It was called it's called the Groove belt, and it's like this magnetic belt where like it clips on, and you don't have to like deal with like notches or anything, and like, you know, it's just like I gotta tighten it and then notch it. All you have to do is you just pre-tighten it, and then it just clips on with like the magnet, and you're good to go. And it's such a cool belt. It's so high-tech looking, and it's a lot of fun to just mess around with like the it's so much fun to mess around with the magnet and stuff, and just let it clip on, and you just take it off and clip it on again, and you clip it on again, and you clip it on. It's so much fun. But that belt pretty much replaced like a belt that I used for like so freaking long. It was this belt that I had since high school, and it was this gray web belt. Very plain gray web belt that I had, like I said, since high school. And I'm trying to think if it's been since high school. I think it was like, I'm not going to even try and like remember when I got it. So I'm just going to go off of like when I graduated from high school. I graduated from high school in 2013. So that belt is 13 years old. I still have it because I wanted to do like a burial stream where I I hold like a funeral service for it, and I put it into like a little box or something, and then I like place it in the lake, or I like burn it, or whatever I was thinking of. I wanted to do like a stream for that, and I just never did. So I still have that belt just kind of chilling out in my storage box, waiting for either to get thrown away or to get used for that dumb burial video. But yeah. So when I was thinking about like a burial or whatever, that reminded me of that. But anyways, I totally have to end this stream right now. It's been we've passed we're far past when I should have ended, and now I have to put my foot down, and I hate to be like the strict parent here and say like, you know, this is how it's gonna have to be, you know, the fun's got to end. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be. So for real, I am gonna end the stream right now. So thank you very much y'all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Farewell. Thank you, CNAC, Bob Evans, Starkiller, Dorky Denny, 1020, Emersona, everyone that watched the stream, either live or watched it through the VOD. Thankfully, I was not depressed as all hell, so we don't have to worry about this stream getting, we don't have to worry about it getting thrown into the members-only ether, so it's going to be available. But thank you all so much for watching, and maybe I will go get some ice cream, Dorky Denny. Maybe I should. But anyways, yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye. I'm so hot. I'm sweaty. So I'll wipe my back. My back is so wet. Man. I wish I could say that without sounding racist. Because my back is literally wet. What am I supposed to say? My rear is moist? That sounds even worse. GG's. Alright. Okay, I end the stream now.